What's up, guys? This is Cyan. We are back, and we're officially going to be looking at Ramen Naruto today. Ooh, yeah. Now, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to have it up on the screen, and I'm using a different site today. Pretty much, it's I believe it's German, and I'll have the link in the description on what I'm using because the German translation ends up a little bit better than the Chinese translation from the Chinese server, or somebody suggested it, so I'm just gonna put it in the description and let you guys mess with it. Again, Google does translate it, so you don't even have to go crazy about it, and it looks way better. Matter of fact, I'll just drag it into the screen. There we go. Why even bother with that? Why bother? You know, like, why bother? Alright, so you notice one thing right here is that I don't have the last skill, which I'm assuming you get at 4, which is, you know, the bottom one. More ramen increases your ninjutsu resistance by 10%. Yeah, I mean your ninjutsu and resistance by 10% for each healing you receive. So that means he's a scaling ninja, which is interesting because all the Naruto scale except for Kurama Link. I don't understand why not. Like, why is that one so terrible compared to the rest of them? Now, don't get me wrong, because people was like, you calling Kurama Link a bad ninja. He's not, like, he's in a bad spot. He doesn't scale. He doesn't scale at all. And if you notice in, like, the last, like, in the videos before, whenever I show Kurama Link, it's like he's doing, like, okay damage, and the other team is just looking at him. His Rasen Shuriken doesn't do anything, unless you have Water Main with him to actually put poison on it. So it's just kind of like it just causes damage and looks pretty, and then, you know, you see Kurama come out there and they're like, hey, look at me, like, I got tail beast mode, I'm gonna shoot a bomb out there, and everybody just looks at it and nobody dies. That's a problem. That's a big problem. It's like, why even have him out there if he's just gonna sit there and tickle everybody? Like I just don't get it. They have to buff him. They have to buff him to make that worth it. That's why I left that seal, because I will be so mad, so mad, if that's the ninja that I get and I don't get Madara, and there's a 50% chance that that will happen. So I was like, you know what, I'm out. Let him get skill breaks or something like that, and then if he get a skill break, then I'll start flipping in that seal again. But until that, screw that, I'm going to Kage. So if you guys are like, well, what about Madara? No, screw that. I am not going to get my super rare being a ninja that is like ass. It's just not happening. Anyway, so let's just look at his first thing and look at his baseline stats. So, like, I've said it a few times, and I saw people, you know, say it a few times, like, well, Kurama Link's not that bad. No, he's bad compared to everybody else. If you look at Hiruzen, if you look at Minato, like, just normal Jonin Minato, if you look at, hell, like this freaking this Naruto right here is like damn near comparable, and it's a joke character. Like, he should not be comparable to something. Like, I just, that, it makes me upset because Naruto is like in my top 3 and favorite characters, and he's like, it's like the most OP version, and they don't want to fix it for some reason. Like, they see nobody's using it, like in all the top 50s and all the servers, so you would think to say, you know what, he's kind of on the screen, like he's the flagship character, so maybe he should not suck. But whatever. Anyway, so let's look at Ramen Naruto. Alright, so Ramen Naruto has some pretty good life stats. He has an okay attack stat. His defense is at 1032, that's alright. His resistance is alright, and his ninjutsu is alright. So across the board, he's actually pretty good compared to other ninjas. See, that's not that far off. Like, you know, of course these are, like, you know, at red, but once you get him up to red, he'll be comparable, very comparable actually. I just like, look at those Hinata stats. Like, why is she so broken? Anyway, and, here we go. So first of all, like, what would you use him for? To be honest with you, I mean, to be stylish, that's what I would do it for. Like, right now he doesn't have his scaling, but if he had his scaling, then, you know, he's a pretty good ninja. Like, it's not like I wouldn't replace anybody with him. Like, I wouldn't use him over Sage, But if you don't have Sage, you can use him. Like, I don't see why not. Because if you look at the ramen skill, the ramen skill pretty much gives you, as you can see right there, it removes any negative status to whoever he targets, because it has to be of Konohara affiliation, and he doesn't necessarily target the same person all the time. Like, he'll target different people, but they have to be Konohara. As you can see, that it increases the critical rate by 30%. That's a lot, and makes them attack 2 times around. That's a lot. That's a whole hell of a lot. So if you throw him, like I had him out there before with Great Ninja War Hinata, and it pretty much made her, you know, spam out 4 attacks, which is just funny. And it was okay, but I kind of prefer him to be out with this particular team right here, because to give them multiple attacks is some cheese, especially giving Lightning Main an extra attack without actually having to use the Lightning Main Berserker skill. That's pretty nasty. That's nasty overall. So that's a pretty good thing to actually do. Alright, so the next one up you have is just pretty much his Naruto clone attack. As you can see here, he attacks the opponent with the least amount of life. Now combine that with the fact that he attacks 2 times around, well, only when he does his special skill, but combine that with the fact, so that means that he's kind of an assassin character, and he's gonna go after whoever's the weakest health, which is good. That's very good for him to be an assassin character, because he actually does pretty good damage on some of this stuff, especially if you get him to initiate going out into his combo. Now me personally, I didn't do the initiate because I don't want him to be the initiator. I just use Hinata to be his initiator, the initiator, because she can offer skill like literally first round, so there's no point for me to actually go crazy with that or put Lightning Main out there as a target for that. I could just put Hinata there and then leave him there, because they both have high health stats, and it works out pretty well. So as you can see, you know, it causes 5 combo, it low floats, and causes a flaming attack on top of that. So bruh. Anyway, his Rasengan, which is pretty interesting, it's pretty much going to chase a knock to ground and then cause a knock back, and it's pretty much going to go after him twice, which is cool, which is exactly what Jonin Minato does, and exactly what Lightning Main does. Not Lightning Main, Wind Main. So you can get yourself a nice little Rasengan combo. It looks pretty cool too. Like, he just runs out and makes his little noise and everything like that. I'll cut the sound on for this one. I know it's kind of like, no bruh sound, like really, but I will cut the sound on. Wow, that's loud. That's a little bit too loud. I'll cut it on for the fight, but that was really loud. Anyway, let's cut that down just a tad bit. Can I not control that? I don't think I can. Anyway, let's bring it back. Yeah, but this is he actually hits pretty hard with this chase. It does between 1500 to 3000 damage, which is pretty good for this particular person, considering that he's only like at like gold 4 right now. And the last thing is the fireworks, you know, triggered after 20 combo, inflicts 3 random enemies and causes burn on top of that. So, you know, he gets sexy with it. And of course the last one I don't have, because I cannot actually I don't have him at 4-star. I probably won't have him at 4-star. I'll probably just make 3-star by the end of it. So we'll just go in. Hopefully they can survive this, because this is that stupid the special thing right here, and I actually meant to control this, but it's whatever. So I am gonna actually control this. I'm gonna try to, so they don't die. Let's go in. Let's get that nuke going. Get wrecked. Sit down, bird. No, you gotta hit this down here. Alright, they're gonna kill it. Yep. Alright, GG. Thank you, Hinata. I like the cloak that they have on. That cloak is sexy. Alright, so we're gonna head back to town. I was just out here because I'm just doing the daily stuff, but I wanted to go back to town so I can actually show you again the team overall. I did show you like the preview of it, but I didn't explain anything. Hi, Gurren. Show you this here, and then I'll actually go in and I think I'll fight a few things. Alright, let's just let him do what he wants. See, I give up that combo right there. I don't let him actually combo off of that. Like I could, but I found that the combo didn't work as well as if I just let them initiate off of this. It just ends up more sexy this way. And it's fine if he actually has that. The multiple attacks too, that's just sick, man. And then on top of that, I have a leftover Hanabi combo that actually, there's just nowhere to actually put that. So if they actually come off and do a chase again, then I'm gonna be able to initiate again all over again, which is good to get her out there. And there it is. Pow. So that works out well. Now the way that you would actually use him, okay guys, calm down guys, calm down. Like they saw the combo, everybody's happy. Like stop it. Alright, so the point of that actual combo right there for me is to put heavy damage on the character, and then on top of putting heavy damage to the character, now they're burned, and then now they're sealed on top of that, and you're gonna hit multiple people. That's always just the way to go, in my opinion, because it's just overall better when you have a combo that multiply screws everybody rather than, whoops, oh I don't have any stamina. Whoop, let me go in. I forgot about that. That multiply screws a whole team. Like it has to like necessarily mess up a whole team. If it doesn't, then I believe it's a problem, because this is just kind of a waste, but I kind of don't care. It's for you guys. Yeah, so what you really want to do, as far as explaining this a little bit before we wrap it, is you want to make a combo that is going to hurt a team multiple ways, and make it harder for the opposite team to get rid of the debuffs you put on them. The harder you make that, and the more you stack damage and put pressure on the whole team, the better off you are for the win. Because this game has a certain amount of catches and clicks when it comes to its system. And the way that AI works a little bit is once you do certain things, even if the other person is controlling things, there's not a lot they can do. Which is why you see a lot of Chinese gamers, when certain things happen, they stop fighting like automatically. Now this is not to say that you are necessarily going to lose that fight, because something could happen. I could mess up and choose the wrong thing, or luck could just not be on my side for a particular attack, and the person gets away, or the person dodges, or things like that. So that's why you always want to have characters that can be balanced and get out of multiple things. A way that you can actually defend yourself with stuff like that is characters who dodge, characters who have a chance to block something, who can negate damage, really good healers, actually sealing, like you see like in this, like pretty much, you know, putting a seal on them like I just did right there. That is kind of like a switch and turning your fight towards a different opponent, like it's sort of just a different outcome, because you never know what will happen. Maybe you can bust out some type of skill or something like that and take out lightning main, and like it's not going to happen. But I'm just explaining you the mindset in general, how things work. So see, they basically went after Orochimaru. Now Orochimaru's sealed. Now we already pretty much screwed Orochimaru. Now everybody's burned and everybody's sealed now, and then we just pretty much, I wasn't even targeting Mifune, he just got killed, so it didn't even matter. Alright, I'm just letting the computer go and do what it want to do at this point. So now they're going after Fu. Beifu is just getting Beifu. That's like a cool name. Anyway, she just got wrecked. Now Lightning Main came in. Now everybody's electrocuted, so they can't combo. Now they're sealed and they're burned. That's how you want to make a balanced team right there. Like, if this was a person like fighting in China, they would have quit. They'd have been out of there. At the end of this round, they're like, nah, I'm good. Because they're kind of screwed at that point if they don't have a team that can balance and fight back. And if you notice, a lot of times when you look at majority of these fights and these teams that I show you guys, these are balanced teams. Now balance works a different way, because I know somebody was saying, well, sometimes it's not healers. It doesn't necessarily always have to be a healer. Balance is pretty much a DPS, a tank, and a support. Doesn't have to always heal. They can support in a different way. Now Danzo is support. He pretty much, you know, puts it out there. He can actually full resurrect. He can change the field. He can buff damage. You know, that's still balance. Now the opposite side of this is pretty much Orochi. No, I'm saying Orochimaru, but this is, I call this the Uchiha Blitz, because that's not really balance. Now Shisui does have support, and so does Itachi, and so does Madara, but that's kind of like built into like their eyes or the Sharingan, so it's kind of like a whatever at that point. But that's pretty much the Uchiha Blitz right there. Alright, another example of that is right here. If you guys didn't know, Windblade Asuma is more of a support than he is a DPS. He has that straight up DPS raw buff that he gets you at the beginning of the round, and gets you his multiple attacks, stuff like that. He's more of an actual support. And the same thing with Oniki. He changes the field and buffs, and that all goes together along with Hiruzen to nuke the life out of somebody. And the opposite side of that, you pretty much have Hiruzen together with Mabui, which you guys already know is support to begin with. So if you go down the line, you see that people are using that mindset. And it's not really blitz anymore at all. Like, I barely ever see anybody blitz anymore, because you're just not going to win. Defense is way too high, and if somebody has damage resist, okay, you're going to blitz the first round, but they're just going to look at it and be like at half health with one character, and then they're just going to kick your ass pretty much the round after that. So that's pretty much what's going on here. And balance is just taking over. I meant to do a video on that, but I'm not going to do a separate video on that. You guys can see it right here. Balance has taken over. There's not really a cancer team. The Hiruzen team is not really a cancer team. It's just that, are you going to nuke them before you nuke, or can you take the hit? Because you can get nuked by a Hiruzen team. They don't necessarily shut you down. What they do is they do a lot of damage on you. So have a lot of damage resist, ninjutsu resistance, and you can actually take that hit and be fine. A lot of people don't really have that, or enough to actually take that hit, so they end up being screwed. So I went back actually to taking, putting more into my resistance and my defense and my overall damage resist, so I can start taking that hit. And now I am beating those heroes in at my level, like my power level and everything else, because they can't kill me the first round. They can't do enough damage to me. They hurt, yes, and they get me close and they get scary, but the more and more defense resisted I put up, the less that's more of a problem. So I kind of don't even really care about the heroes in meta, because as long as you got defense up, he can't really kill you. He's pretty much what I consider that heroes in meta is pretty much the noob killer. That's really what it is. I know it kind of like sucks, and I really don't like to say that, but that really is what it is. It's the noob killer. Now the whole I meta, kind of puts it on a different perspective, because I negates majority of that stuff, and he just runs out there. If somebody's running out there with super armor, doesn't matter. I don't care. You saw what happened in that fight. I versus Sasuke. Sasuke got murked. It was a wrap for Sasuke. So thank you guys for watching. I hope I didn't talk too long. I do apologize for that. I was trying to be as quick as possible. You guys know I like to keep things like around 10-15 minutes, but we up to like 18 now, 19. So yikes, we gotta get out of here on this Saturday. Thank you for watching, and if you're looking for more Naruto Online videos, the link will be in the description right underneath whatever I had to say for this particular video. For the playlist, you can just run through the playlist and just to your heart's consent. There's like 500 videos, and it is searchable. All you gotta do is search if you want a certain character. Yeah, like and subscribe. I will see you next video. Peace.